Well, hello there, Scorpio. How are you? It's so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're talking about January 2023, your general tarot reading. But before we start that, I wanted to talk about the year 2023. When we reduce the numbers, it comes to the number 7, which is the Chariot card. The Chariot card is that lovely energy of really going after what we really and truly desire. Putting all of our energies into seeing victory in what it is we're trying to manifest for ourselves. 2022 was a little bit about cleaning out the closets and getting ready for this big adventure that this year will hold. So January starts very much with that energy of, getting the horses out of the stable, getting the horses out, saddling them up, getting ready to go. But there is this strong energy. It is time to get started. It's almost like, okay, 2022 is over. It's time to get started finding this victory in your life. It's kind of an energy, a very fiery energy this year. It's kind of like, if it doesn't happen this year, it's not going to happen. It's almost like that. Sandpiper spirit, be playful, love that. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Yeah. I love this because, it really is that chariot energy of following your bliss. When we get into the chariot, we're not going after things we don't want. We're going after things that we do want, that are close to our heart. But it's also, I love this about being playful. If you think about it, the horses are driven, moving forward very quickly. But horses can also be extremely playful. If you've ever watched horses out in a meadow or something like that, sometimes they're grazing, but sometimes they're galloping, they're having fun while they're moving forward. So I love this energy. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your present energy, an obstacle that may be on your path that is going to hinder you from manifesting to moving forward. And then we'll take a look at advice from Spirit about how you can maneuver around this situation, your obstacles, your areas of resistance, and to find the victory that you are seeking. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. Yeah, you have intuition and manifestation. Oh my goodness, you are going in a new direction. Scorpio, where are you going? You're following your heart. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. You're following it. A fork in the road. This is the energy of understanding. I can stay where I am. I can stay in this comfortable position, even if it's not really comfortable. If you're there, it's comfortable, right? I can stay here where I know my surroundings. I know what is going on, whether it's a career, a job, a relationship, a house, whatever it is. It's kind of like, okay, here's my life. I can either stay here or I can go in a new direction. It's like a new year, it's a new year. It's a new life. That is the energy that you have here. And then you have serendipity with divine timing. Really interesting. I'm getting goosebumps because that means there's something coming onto your path that is a little bit unexpected. I feel like you're calling to your higher self. There's something that you really and truly are wanting to go after. But it's kind of like, I feel like, Scorpio, you're keeping this a secret. You're not telling anybody. It's almost kind of like this secret, I want to go in a different direction, but I'm not going to tell anybody. You could be even getting professional assistance, and this could be in any kind of way, say, for instance, you want a new look, you're trying to manifest a new look. This could be a stylist, this could be a hairdresser, maybe you're thinking about dyeing your hair or something like that. Professional assistance can mean a lot of things. It can mean an accountant, a financial advisor, a lawyer, a counselor, a therapist. It doesn't matter. It could be even a decorator. It's somebody that is going to help you to get what it is that you are trying to manifest. And I love this. You're truly committed to it. For some of you, you could be traveling or moving. There's a sense of, I want to make a change. There is this true sense, I want to make a change. But Am I going to just play with this idea or am I jumping on board? Am I saying, yeah, this is what I want? You have the King of Swords underneath. Seeing clearly what it is that you want and going in this new direction, but not really sure how it's going to end. But I feel like you're okay with that. You're wanting to take action on this new adventure, whatever it is. It could be a new business or, it could be anything, So let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay. So you're holding, okay, there's a little bit, I'm holding on. This is a little bit of that miser energy. I'm holding back. I feel like you're holding back on what this is. You're not sharing it with anybody. You could be secretly telling some people. For some of you, I think, it could be that they're showing me somebody kind of like writing, but writing secretly. Like maybe you're literally, they're showing me like in a closet or like a very quiet room somewhere in your house, and it's kind of like you secretly go there and you're writing some novel that you're going to put out into the world or something like that. Maybe it's the story of your life. You're sharing all your secrets to in this story. There's something, and it's kind of like clean it up. Clean it up is that energy. There's something that you need to eliminate. Some fear that your book isn't going to take off, or that you're not a good writer, or even the fear of, once I get it written, what am I going to do with it? There's something that you're holding back on, because this is a little bit of an energy of trying to protect yourself, holding on to something in order to protect yourself, but it needs to go. Okay? Because you can't really and truly follow your bliss if you're holding back. Following your bliss means that you're truly stepping into this new path, but you're doing it boldly. You're not doing it secretly. You're doing it boldly. You're putting it out to the world. Yeah, this is who I am. This is the direction I'm going in. People might say, why are you doing that, Scorpio? You're like, well, I don't know where it's going to lead, but I'm following my bliss. I'm navigating by the stars. I'm ready to go see where this goes, because I feel like you're kind of discovering something special about yourself. It could be a gift. Some of you might actually be opening up to a spiritual gift at this time, like understanding, oh my goodness, I'm becoming more intuitive. You have your own tarot cards and you're kind of like, I really feel like I'm connecting. I understand now how these are a divination tool, and I'd like to start helping other people. Or for some of you, maybe you have found some secret to the happiness in life or something like that. You're writing this book, but it's about, don't do it in the dark anymore. It's time to shine your light. It's time to, it's definitely time to shine your light. It's time to get in your chariot. It's how they're saying, take your show on the road. That's not going to represent, that's not for all of you, but it's that energy of shining your light is taking your show on the road, right? That means, okay, I'm not hiding it anymore. Whatever you may be hiding, either an idea that you have or something. Yeah, you are, look at, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You've been thinking about this for a very long time. I think you've been actually working on it in secret, perhaps for a very long time, or at least, really thinking it, planning it out, something. Look at all of this beautiful energy. This is what is wanting to come out, right? You have the Magician manifesting the happiness, the joy, the success, the fulfillment that you are looking for in your life. Something that brings you that happy family, happy home, financial security, and celebrating with other people. It's okay. How am I going to do this? I've been working on it secretly. Now I'm ready to put it out into the world. And when you put it out into the world, my goodness, this is just lovely energy. Yeah, because the Moon card is our fears that what we are trying to create is not going to happen for us. But at the same time, understanding that when you follow your bliss, when you are putting all your time and energy into creating what it is that you want to create, right? That, oh my goodness, the universe will illuminate the path for you. You don't know the whole path ahead of you, but that's okay. All you need to do is take that first step, and then the next part of the path will be illuminated. For some of you, especially if you're stepping into a special gift, talent, creative ability, and wanting to share this with the world, sometimes your spirit guides and angels will not show you the whole path, because if you saw the whole path, you may be overwhelmed and then you would quit before you even started. So it's kind of knowing that your spirit guides and angels are protecting you on this path, that it's going to work out in your favor. And all you have to do is kind of stand in this energy of defending your bliss, of defending what is, at the core of what your heart is wanting in this situation. So I really and truly love this energy, because your obstacle is you have hidden motivations, right? Soul mates, and the Queen of Swords. I feel like once again, I think you kind of know where you want something to go, and the soulmates could be, kind of an energy of a person in your life. It could be a romantic partner, but it's also a business partner, or it can also be, even just having people around you that are near and dear to your heart. You kind of know where you want these connections to go, and yet at the same time, you're holding back your true feelings in this situation. You could be, for some of you, wanting to move away from some soulmates in order to go in the direction that your heart is calling you. So it's really kind of an interesting energy, because once again, I feel like you are keeping this all under wraps. You're kind of like, no, I'm not sharing yet what it is that I want to do. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And then the Chariot. You have the Temperance and then the Chariot. Okay, so the Temperance is a little bit about divine timing, and you have that underneath. Understanding that the opportunities, it's almost like you're waiting on something, maybe to hear from somebody about the situation. Maybe you wrote your book and you send it to a publisher, and you're waiting for, the publisher to send you either a rejection letter or an acceptance letter. It's having a little bit of patience, but it's also understanding that you have the wisdom within you. It's taking the bits and pieces of what you have learned along your path, okay, in order to go forward. So you have, I guess I'm going to say that again, you have all the answers, right, within you that you need in order to find victory in this situation. It's kind of like going back and looking at all the little breadcrumbs, they're saying breadcrumbs, the little breadcrumbs that you have learned along the way in order to find victory in this situation, because you have the Four of Cups, but it's in reverse. So it's an energy of not being really happy with a certain situation, but wanting to take action, to move forward, right? If things are going slow, I think whatever this is, things are moving along very slow. You wish they would just kind of happen. It would just happen. I feel like you don't even want to keep it a secret anymore. But at the same time, I have to keep this under wraps for a little bit longer. So let's go take a look at your advice. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Playing it safe, regeneration, Seven of Cups. Okay, I think, for some of you, there's something, the regeneration card is that Phoenix Rising card. Something that maybe you had to burn to the ground in order to revive it. It could be that you literally had to take something that you had in the past that, you manifested. You may have had to take that back down to the ground in order to rebuild it. So let's go back to the book. It's kind of like you may have written the whole book, right? And then, you went back and you started reading it, and you're kind of like, oh my goodness, I have to scrap this, And it's not like you completely threw it in the trash. It's kind of like you may have actually restarted. You could have taken the same outline, but you were kind of like, no, wait a minute, I'm going to restart this. There's something that I feel like you want either you want to, because this is your advice, that you want to or you have hit the reset button on. It's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. This is important to me. It's not, you're not walking away from something. You're saying, this is really important to me. It's something I'm trying to manifest. You know, once again, if it's a relationship, you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to hit the reset button. I'm going to go back and kind of like, I'm going to let the past be the past. It's really that energy. Whatever has happened in the past, that is the past. And now I want to hit the reset button and start something new. I want to start with fresh eyes. I feel like that's why the Fool card is here. It's kind of like a little bit of, okay, I want to rebuild something, okay, but this time I'm rebuilding it with fresh eyes. It's not that you're tossing out the wisdom of what you learned when you did the first draft, right? Or you had this relationship or whatever the situation is, right? You still have that wisdom, but it's kind of like, okay, I'm hitting the reset button. It's really a mind shift, you know, it's taking a look at this situation, but it's kind of like, okay, now I'm going to look at it with fresh eyes. Okay, I do enjoy writing. So when I write something, right, I let it sit for a day or two. Right? I put it to the side. I don't look at it for a couple of days and then I come back to it with fresh eyes. That's what you're doing here. You're coming back to something that you've worked on in the past or you've worked on secretly, but you're coming back to it with fresh eyes. You're no longer, I think what you're doing is no longer playing it safe. I think in the past, right? Yeah, with the Four of Pentacles, you were playing it safe. This time you're kind of like, no, wait a minute, I'm upping the ante, you know? So the first time I wrote the book, right, I was playing it safe and, you know, maybe you were writing a romance novel, but you didn't get too, you know, explicit or something like that. And you're kind of like, yeah, but, you know, that's just not the story I want to tell, you know? So you go back and you're kind of like, yeah, I'm going to rewrite it. But this time I want the main character to be, you know, more whatever, you know, it's kind of like I'm turning up the heat in whatever you're doing. You're not playing it safe. You're turning up the heat. That's what it is. You know, you're kind of looking at this as, okay, what are my different options in this scenario? And I'm choosing an option and I'm going for it, you know, because this is something that is really near and dear to your heart. Yeah, I love this energy. Okay, so let's clarify this and see what we have here. I'm really excited for you, Scorpio, because I feel like you're starting the year off kind of like, yeah, you know, you could be even looking at 2022 and saying, you know, I played it safe in 2022. I didn't go after anything, you know, I was just holding on. I was just trying to keep everything going along. And now it's kind of like, guess what? 2023, I'm not playing it safe. I'm going all out. So I love this. Yeah, definitely. Wow, Fool card coming out again. Yeah. So you have the Six of Cups. Once again, returning to something that you had in the past. You know, very fond memories, going towards this with love. You know, this is something that is near and dear to your heart. But this time, because you have the Fool card, you're coming towards this in a completely new way. New eyes. You know, it really is. It's kind of like, I'm not, yeah. And you're communicating. I want this to last forever. You know, this is really important to me. I want this to last forever. I really love this energy because it really shows that you are following your bliss. And when you follow your bliss, guess what? The universe will back you every single time. But it's that energy. I want to hit the reset button. Yeah. So lovely. Okay, so let's pull a Soul Truth card for you here. And Scorpio, I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. What can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in somebody's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what you're kind of trying to do. You're understanding you've been playing it safe. You haven't been sharing your story. You haven't been sharing your gifts, your talents, your creative abilities. You're kind of like, yeah, I'm playing it safe. But guess what? I'm not playing it safe anymore. Whatever you have been doing, I don't think you necessarily are going in a completely new path. It's kind of revisiting something that you have been working on or dreaming about, and coming to it with much more of this sense of, yeah, I want to make a difference. I don't want to write just an ordinary book. I want to write a book that changes people's lives, right? And I love that, because I feel like you're stepping into your energy of being a healer, or a really good storyteller. They just keep coming back to that. Telling your story, helping other people by sharing your story, not glossing it over, right? Putting it out there, sharing your story will help not only you to heal, but it will also help other people to heal. All right. Well, I am going to leave it there. I do appreciate all of your support, Scorpio, and I hope to see you again really soon. Happy New Year. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.